Hey, this isn't a real sports show. We're just a couple assholes randomly talking about shit.
It is a damn real sports show, man.
Thank you
You're an asshole, but
tuning
we're talking real sports.
into the Chaotic Sports Podcast. My name's Chris Sarda. This is Angelo Soboro. You can find us at Chaotic Sports on Twitter. You can find me at Chris Sarda on Twitter. You can also go to Instagram.com/Chaotic Sports. I haven't posted there in a while, but that's there.
Or just
chaoticsports.com,
Chaotic
right? Sports Media or chaoticsports.com. A lot of places to find us. Angelo mostly doesn't talk shit. You actually give wins.
I mean, I haven't done it in a while.
But you actually give picks.
I'll try.
You actually give picks.
It might have been a week or something since I did it, but
yeah, you actually give picks on Twitter when you can. And like I said, we're just two assholes talking about sports. There's literally, Angelo's the co-host, but we do have another person that's been on the podcast a lot lately. He can't really speak or say words. It's Zachary Sard over there. He's currently stuffing his mouth with various fruit.
Does that not do good for a podcast? Like, if you can't really say words and speak, is that not the...
You just randomly in this podcast hear a baby go, ah!
But some of our podcasts, you'll hear a random scream or like a yelp.
Yeah.
Like a weird, so it could be like, sometimes we do the same thing.
Well, a few years ago, if you remember, we were doing that podcast and that girl you had in your basement started yelping.
Oh, she kind of started...
Yeah, and you had to let her go.
Well, I mean, it was...
There's evidence.
It was too loud, and we tried to play it off a little bit, and then it stopped because...
So, there's a couple things to talk about. NBA, MLB, a little UFC, the whole gamut we're going to talk about. But I just wanted to point out, something we were doing just a few minutes ago.
What was that?
Something we were doing just a few minutes.
Although that's a...
We're sitting, hanging out.
Well, coffee and bagels is what we do, man.
Yeah, but as we were getting ready for this podcast, it's noon. We're drinking these big sugary sodas, not even diet, just fattening stuff. And we're talking about how we need to go to the gym. And we're day drinking.
So it's like
it is
calories.
Day drinking.
It's calories and sugar.
It's empty sugar, empty calories. And then yesterday during the Game of Thrones podcast / Avengers podcast, we were just pounding. We probably during the hour, it was like an hour and a half podcast. We probably drank 4 cups to 5 cups of coffee each. And I had 2 before you even showed up. Meanwhile, we're talking about how we're going to get to the gym, et cetera, et cetera.
So if you drink like 4 cream sodas, you're less likely to want to go to the gym. Like if you drink coffee,
or
that might pump you up.
Or you're way more likely to want to go to the gym, but you're just going to crash because you just had a bunch of sugar.
But the coffee will pump you up, though. Like of
all
days,
you crash.
Sugar, but the caffeine. Like if you drank 7 cups of coffee yesterday, why would you not go to the gym? But didn't you? You did go to the gym.
I did go to the gym, but I don't know that the caffeine affects me like the sugar does. I feel like sugar affects me more than caffeine.
And you just drink straight up black coffee. See, my problem is I'll put a little half and half in it. And
so
that's like
90% of the time I'll drink just straight black coffee. Like literally the coffee that we made yesterday afternoon was sitting there in the morning.
You just heated it up.
So I heated it up. But if I do that, I'll put some soy milk, some sugar then.
Well, because that's like dark as dark can be. I've done that a bunch of times where it's coffee's old and I'll just heat it in the microwave. But you're saying the taste is a little different, so then you'll add a little.
That's when I'll do it. That's the only time I'll put like milk or some kind of creamer in, something like that. Anyway, dude.
So we
maybe months ago on the podcast, we had an actual honest conversation about how we were going to start going to the gym. You're going to lose this weight. We weren't going to drink beers. Now we cut down some of the drinking. We drink we have a couple beers at night or whatever, watching games. But there's no gym membership. Now that my tricep is healed, by the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Did you just wake up and it was healed?
No. Well, it was a whole
little
year.
by little.
It was a whole year, and then at some point I realized that I could do push-ups. I realized that I was getting up. So for almost the whole year, from about the point the baby was born, I would when I got up, I couldn't put any pressure on my left arm. So I would get up in a certain way. And at some point I realized I was getting up like this. I was getting up with pressure on my arm. I go, can I do a push-up?
Yeah, but you haven't done anything athletic for a year. Like we've been trying to get you to go to the gym.
No. So, but now,
or the basketball court.
Yeah. But now they're just weak muscles, which is fine. Before they were injured, it was an injured muscle. Now it's just a weak muscle. And listen, I'm a fucking masterpiece.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You haven't done anything athletic in the
There's
year.
muscle. There's this muscle memory. This muscle memory is like...
Okay, but what's
this
the
muscle
guy...
memory is like a carny guessing your birthday.
I mean, I feel like that's how I am. I could not do something for a couple years and just be like, dude, this guy must play like every day. But you remind me of what's that guy that Stretch Armstrong? You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm lanky?
You're lanky and like he has no muscle and like he hasn't done a curl in like 5 years. So you remind me of that, but you're trying to be like more like the Hulk. Or you're trying to be something different. The not working out, I mean, I probably did some curls or push-ups weeks ago, but then I didn't do nothing for like a month. You know what I mean? I'm drinking way too much coffee, way too much grape soda. And I drink like, actually the only thing I do very good is my water intake.
I drink a lot of water.
So like, my water intake is on the top tier of people that drink.
I drink some alcoholic water.
Oh, there you go. You drink like what is it called? Like freaking distilled water or something. He drinks water from the gutter. Like if it ever rains here, I've seen this guy go outside, pick a cup up, put it under the freaking gutter, and then pound it. Now I don't know where that came from. I don't know if that came from like as a child. You know what I mean? So this guy, he's bringing me another soda. Like, I just said I have to stop my soda intake, and this guy just pulls up with a soda can.
There'll be more podcasts because
some cream soda root beer.
I'm available in the morning. You do most of your hits at night. So we can hit the gym in the morning, take the baby to the gym daycare, do half an hour, 45 minutes, tear it up.
You went yesterday. I commend you on that. We were right. You go next week, you do a little freaking steam, some curls, do some bench, whatever. I mean, some legs.
I just want you to know, this is embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
It's a radio. I don't have to point shit out. It's just generally.
Just everything's
you
embarrassing.
You embarrass me.
Everything's embarrassing. Are you saying this is, like, just everything as a whole is embarrassing? Like, we're just
this world, yeah. You gonna eat your goddamn bagel? Dude, I made you a bagel.
I'm on a diet, man. Why are you trying to get me to eat
a bagel and put some butter on it?
Dude, I come over here.
I'll feed it to the baby if you don't want it.
I come over here and you serve me an orange, a bagel, and a soda.
You're not going to eat that. I'll give it to the baby.
I'm definitely going to eat it.
Zachary, you want a bagel? This guy's not eating his goddamn bagel.
I'm going to eat it. I'm going to finish my food before you finish your food. I'll guarantee you that. I'll put anything on it.
He's looking at you like, you challenge me?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk some sports now. We're going to talk...
Yeah, I want to talk...
But I like how we just talk life, too. That's good. Yeah. That's a good thing.
I want to talk about what, to me, is the real Western Conference Final. The Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. Now, at the time of this recording, we are 2 games in. Golden State won a close one in game 1, which I think is the thing that made basically Golden State winning in game 1 to me is what basically seals the deal for their win, because for the Rockets to beat Golden State, everything has to work out right. Everything has to work out perfectly, and it really didn't. It didn't go their way in game 1. They played, the score didn't look like it, but if you watch the game, they actually were pretty close in game 2. But now they're down 2-0.
They're in trouble, but they are going home. Don't you think, like, James Harden, he could score 30, 40. Don't you think a major part of the Rockets, Chris Paul, has to be the old Chris Paul?
So step up, yeah. James Harden is going to score the 30, 40 whether
Chris Paul,
win or lose, they're going to score.
Yeah, you need Chris Paul of New Orleans or Chris Paul of Wake Forest for the Rockets to beat the Golden State Warriors.
I would say Chris Paul of early Clippers was way better than he was in New Orleans.
Oh, well, I mean New Orleans. Shit. I mean, that's true too, but New Orleans is where he became Chris Paul. That was the original Chris Paul. And Wake Forest. But so they're going to need, the Houston Rockets, they're going to get 20, 30 from James Harden with one eye, 2 eyes, 3 eyes. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Okay? But Chris Paul needs to get 20. Chris Paul needs 20 and 20.
At least.
For them to win.
I'll tell you 20 assists?
Yes. And 5 rebounds.
No, he doesn't even control the ball.
I don't care. I don't care.
Assists, yeah.
If it's not 20.
10 to 12.
Well, no.
He'll never have 20 assists.
Okay, he needs 14 or more.
Yeah.
14 or 15.
On a different team where he handles the ball 100% of the time, maybe. But James Harden comes up James Harden starts with the
I'm
ball
just saying,
way too much.
he needs over 20 points.
He does
5
need
rebounds.
over 20 points. And then what was always wrong with the Rockets is that, they don't have that like Trevor Ariza type player anymore. They're like secondary players really aren't there anymore. So
And
I think that they're done, to be honest, even though they're going home. Maybe, I think they're done. They needed that game one.
Well, they were done
to
before
go
the
their
series
way.
even started. But what I'm saying is they're still going to make it a series, if that makes any sense. They were going to lose before the series started, but you're saying they're done as far as like
I don't
not
know.
making it a series? Because I think they're going to make it a series.
So he thinks you're full of shit.
No, you don't think I'm talking about the real stuff or not? I'm just trying to talk about the Rockets.
He's trying to chew some bagel.
The Rockets are going to actually win Game 3.
No,
and possibly win Game 4.
I could see them winning Game 3, but here's the thing. Number one, I don't know that they were over from the point the series started because Boogie is hurt, and they were up 3-1 on this team last year. They were up 3-1 on them.
Yeah, I know.
And then it was it was sort of a joke the way they lost, right? A joke on their part. They fucked up. So I don't know that at the beginning of the series it was over, but at the same time, they needed things to fall in place for them to win it. It didn't fall in place in Game 1. They basically played the way that we see the two teams in Game 2. We know that the Rockets are really good. We know they're just
Not
a
as good.
smidgen under Golden State, and that's what the score reflected. Is that okay? The Rockets stayed with them, but they didn't win. They were definitely not the winners of that game.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do we need... This is something that would change something for the better, but then the Rockets would just lose to Golden State in the finals.
I don't want to talk about them getting a trade or something.
No,
next year.
there's no trade. What I'm saying is...
player.
I'm trying to say, like, if they played just the top 10 teams, if it wasn't just conferences, you would have better teams that make... So maybe the Rockets would play the Golden State in the finals, but it still would be the same outcome.
Oh, you mean if they just did the whole East?
Yeah. But I'm saying this would be a better matchup in the Western Conference Finals even the finals.
Yeah, I mean, the
but
Rockets...
it would still happen.
The Rockets had trouble putting it together this season because they were only the 4th seed. That's why this is not the Western Conference Finals.
It shouldn't be.
I mean, that's why it's not, because they were the 4th seed.
Okay.
Denver was number 2, and...
You're right.
Yeah. So in this case, the Rockets didn't really put it together. But, I mean, I think we all know that the Rockets are the second best. As good as Denver's been playing, and Jokic has looked great.
Second best Western team?
Western Conference team. At least second best Western. Arguably the second best team in the league, but definitely second best Western Conference team talent-wise. Just the way they play, their style, and the way the rules are today.
So I'm thinking the only way Houston would win this series has nothing to do with Houston.
Injuries?
It has something to do with if Kevin Durant breaks both of his legs in a car wreck tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, he only needs to break one of them.
Yeah. If he breaks one leg,
Yeah.
then Houston has a chance. If Kevin Durant has no injuries, Kevin Durant's going to throw up 50, 60, game 4 or 5, and close it out.
They can throw up 60 points.
He will. Dude, do you know he scored...
I mean, the Rockets is most likely because the Rockets play so fast with D'Antoni, but...
No, well, what was the stat? He scored 200 points in first 5 games, and it's only been done by Michael Jordan and, like, one other player ever.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's legit, dude.
So
he
threw up 30, 40, 40, 50
Yeah.
in 5 games.
I mean, no one's saying Kevin Durant's not legit, but you just up the ante by going 60. Like, 60's like Kobe Bryant retirement.
I mean, I've been
party.
telling you Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA for like 5 years. You didn't
No,
believe
we've
me,
both
and
been
now he
saying
is.
it for more than 10 years.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And now people are finally like, he's the best player.
No, one's finally saying that. People have been saying that
It doesn't
for
matter.
years.
But I'm just saying I'm ahead of the curve by a few years because a lot of people weren't talking Kevin Durant. Now all of a sudden they're like,
People have been saying that since he's been wearing a Sonics jersey.
No, they have not. They've been saying other players.
Yeah, I mean, you'd say other players too. Kevin Durant's not necessarily the best player in the league. You might not say that. You might say Anthony Davis is the best player.
Kevin Durant's definitely the best player.
I mean, to me, he is, but I mean, calm down with like you were saying.
No.
Kevin Durant was like an MVP 4 years ago.
No, but I'm just saying on OKC, a lot of people were hating on Kevin Durant. And
but it's okay
players.
to hate on Kevin Durant. It's okay to hate on him now for the same reasons. He's like a softie.
But why are you going to hate on him if he's throwing up 200 points in 5 games?
Well, that's fine.
So
what
now,
he does on
now
the
he's
court
stepping
is
up.
great.
Now he's stepping up.
Yeah, when the court is great, but when he starts arguing with people on Instagram, that's
stupid.
Instagram.
I mean, he does one good thing good. He's talking about loving his mom and family. But you're right. Then he's complaining about stuff. But doesn't everybody complain these days? Except Stephen Curry.
He's a little bit soft.
Like Curry and some players. There's some players that I don't hear complain. Like maybe it's just me, but there's certain players, other players I hear complain about call like every game, or they're whining. Like you'll watch the game, and you'll see a player in the ref's face like every other play, which is kind of annoying when you watch the game.
Steph Curry's
like just play the game, man.
But Steph Curry's style. That's not yours. Steph Curry's style.
You could eat it.
He's eating your bagel.
Just let him finish it, man.
I gotta break it up into
do what he does, man.
I gotta break it into baby pieces.
I mean, he saw something he wants. Like, there's a random bagel on the table.
I made this bagel
by the
for
noise.
Angelo because
and he just attacked it. He just said, "Hey, give me the bagel."
Now, Angelo, you lost your bagel.
I lost my bagel, but that was my fault. That was my fault.
I mean, the dog licked it too, by the way.
You're about to lose your soda. Okay, so because of I'm sad we're not talking about Curry because Curry's kind of an expert in the series.
I mean, Curry's an MVP 2 level guy. I mean, he's hurt right now.
Yeah.
He's hurt right now, and what we were saying before you grabbed your bagel is that his game isn't really to complain. I mean, he's shooting threes when there's like 4 feet between him and the defender.
But what I'm saying is, if you watch a game, sometimes it's annoying that there's a player every call he's like in the face and like it's like, dude, just freaking.
But that's literally all players except for Curry. Like
that's what
Lillard does too, though. Like
exactly.
Lillard,
That's why like actually Thompson doesn't bitch every play either. Not every play.
Well, I mean, you can't say every play because no one bitches every play. Thompson bitches a lot. Chris
Paul, Harden.
Thompson bitches.
No,
right up.
Draymond Green. There's a lot of players that bitch every play. Trust me, LeBron James.
LeBron James does not bitch every play. LeBron James gets fouled every play.
You've obviously never seen him live game before.
Of course I've seen him.
Dude, watch some games. You'll see.
It's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Okay, if not every play, 8 out of 10.
You're just hard for fucking Chris or for Klay Thompson for some reason. I don't know why.
I said Draymond Green bitches every play too. It's not a Golden State thing.
I'm just saying Golden State thing.
No, I'm just saying Curry, Thompson. There's certain players when I watch that don't bitch a lot. I would actually say Anthony Davis doesn't bitch every play. There's certain players that don't bitch every play.
To be honest, none of us watch Anthony Davis as much as we say we do because because that team's never on TV.
It doesn't matter. You've still seen
Klay
him 20,
Thompson,
30 games.
Klay Thompson bitches a lot, and he bitches a lot to the media. So
no, I'm talking in the game.
It doesn't matter. He bitches. He bitches like everyone.
Everybody bitches, but I'm talking overkill is my point. There's certain players that are overkill. I don't want to see that.
I agree with that too, but
even the Greek Freak doesn't bitch every freaking play. There's certain players.
He barely speaks English.
I know. Well, he can't bitch, but he can still do motions. I mean, he can still like. There's a look. There's a look, a freaking universal look.
He actually does though, because he gets fouled a lot too. He's a little bit. He's like a mixture. To me, the Greek Freak is like the perfect mixture between LeBron and Durant, because he's.
Jimmy Butler bitches a lot.
Oh, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Joel Embiid bitches a lot.
Jimmy Butler is a bitch.
Ben Simmons doesn't bitch a lot.
But you're talking about your favorite players.
No.
Ben Simmons bitches.
No, not a lot. Not all game. No.
Oh, Ben Simmons is bad.
Kawhi Leonard.
Every play.
Kawhi Leonard doesn't bitch a lot.
Kawhi Leonard doesn't bitch a lot.
Exactly. I'm naming you. I'm just
Ben
telling
Simmons does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He's arguing with you for
no.
reason.
If you watch a game, there's certain players that every damn play they're whining in the ref's face. We don't want to see that. That's why I'd rather watch freaking Jeopardy. I don't want to watch that crap. I want to watch just the game.
You're making stuff up.
No,
now.
I'm not making stuff up. I'm being dead serious. I just named you like 8 players that don't bitch a lot, and you're not taking it to heart.
You're naming the corny ass players you happen to like.
I mean, 5 of those 8 might be on my fantasy basketball team.
Yeah,
but my whole point,
players
Kawhi Leonard, like all these players, Curry's not on my team, by the way. But all these players don't bitch a lot. It's not like I hate a player or not. I'm just telling you. Players.
Ben Simmons bitches like anyone else.
No, not every fucking play, man.
And also you're doing a thing like Kawhi doesn't, but he sort of does, by the way.
No,
But basically, you're naming guards.
A lot is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying that he's never bitched one time. Of course he has. But every damn play, if you watch a game,
okay.
Next NBA game you watch.
We yammer too much. Last word
thing. Just next game you watch, you'll know the difference. It's a play after play after play after play. That's the stuff I don't want to see. Every once in a while, fine. Everybody's gonna do it. That's
okay. Last word.
All right.
We just went in a circle.
That's
there.
fine though. Isn't
You
that
had too much hooch.
It's chaotic,
Jones soda.
dude. Chaos is
What's chaos?
chaotic. That's what I'm saying. Isn't this what we are? We just go off. We talk about one thing. We go off. We talk. Then we talk. All of a sudden, talk about bagels and whining to the refs.
Literally,
our whole point was something else.
Literally, I want to share with the chaotic crew and the listeners here. So you see Zachary right there? He's looking at the Bluetooth speaker, but he knows he can't touch it.
He knows what you'll do if he touches it, but he's trying to.
No. What do you mean? You act like I'm going to spank him?
No, I mean like you'll get mad. I'm not saying.
So when I get mad,
there you go, assuming again, dude.
Do you know? You know how what kind of 1-year-old have you seen not just pull all those books down? So he knows now, right? I'll just say no. I'll say it sternly. But when he looks at you, when he looks back at me,
well, he's trying to see the.
Well, he's looking at the Bluetooth speakers. He wants to grab it. But look at him. See how he's looking at me? Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
And I'll go no. And you know what he does? He covers his face like I can't see him. He goes and hides. He hides.
He's like, can I still do it?
Yeah, no, not can I still do it. Like, I'm not here. He'll cover his eyes with his hands. But he's thinking about it.
So, how did you get him not to touch those books and board games? Like, did you hit him with a...
I never hit him.
You hit him with the Twitch a couple times?
You mean a switch?
Switch.
Yeah. No, I've never hit him. And I never will.
A pipe?
I got my ass beat.
Have you hit him with a pipe?
I got my ass beat as a kid, but
with what?
It's a new world.
With a ruler?
I mean, belt, but the worst is my dad's hand.
Yeah, it's a new world. I mean, you don't do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I won't. I mean, obviously we see Tyreek Hill and Adrian Peterson getting into it, and I don't know the answer to those things. I'm not a perfect parent either. I'm lucky because me saying no very sternly works. It turned out to work. Gosha hates it because it'll make him cry.
Kids should be a little scared of their parents as far as disciplinary wise. That's how you raise a good kid. Possibly.
But we got lucky that he responded to the no's because there's kids that are like, you told me no, they go fuck
or
that.
Just
I'm start pulling stuff down.
Or just let your kid do whatever he wants and see.
But
how
you
he
can
is
see
when
his
he's
smile.
18.
He's being mischievous.
Yeah,
he was like, I'm doing some stuff here. See, he knew. He saw the Jones soda bottle.
I mean, let the kid live, but you can't just let him throw bottles through the TV. You know what I mean?
See, I would tell him no on that and like scare him, but I don't want him. I want him to know he can grab stuff on the table, kind of thing. We'll just move stuff.
Yeah.
It's made this table a lot cleaner. Well, now that he's not in the high chair, put the soda on the high chair.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So he's not that tall yet. He'll be like 6 something.
He's got your bagel.
But right now he's like a foot.
He's 2 feet. He's like 2 feet 3.
Oh, you're 2'3", man.
Wait, he's 28, 31 inches? I can't remember.
I mean, put him against the TV. How tall is your TV? 40 inches?
I don't know.
I'll just pull him across the TV, see if he's about that height.
I don't know.
I don't even know anymore. Talk a little baseball now or what?
Yeah, let's switch up to some baseball. So it is May 1st. So we are basically done. I mean, not basically. We are done with April. And, most of the time April doesn't matter. But it does matter because these wins count as much as the wins that happen in August, September, October, right?
Last time I saw the standings, Tampa Bay was in first.
They still are.
Okay, that was like a week ago or something.
Yeah, they still are, and
like the Red Sox started bad. Indians had it.
The Red Sox still look like sort of shit. So Tampa's caught up. Their last 10, they're 5-5, but they're still 2 games ahead of the Yankees. The Yankees have had a good little run, 8-2. Now the Yankees being 8-2 is actually big because they're still pretty injured.
So they're 8-2 the last 10.
Yeah, last 10, and they're 2 games behind first place. So I think by this time next week, they'll probably be in first place.
So teams like that.
And they're injured, though.
Houston,
we'll get to Houston in a minute.
What I'm saying is there's a lot of teams that might not look good right now.
Dodgers
they're
look
about
good.
to win 9 in a row. Everything changes. It's going to change very quickly.
Yeah, Dodgers actually do look good. They just had one big 5-game losing streak. You know what
your
I mean?
team.
Well, let's stick in the East.
Like your favorite team, Toronto.
That's not my favorite team.
Or Minnesota.
It's not my favorite team.
Hey, I mean, that's all you talk about.
Toronto? What do I talk about Toronto?
They're both 7-3 the last 10. That's pretty good, right? That was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Toronto, no,
Twins, I do like the Twins.
I
do like the Twins.
So they're 7-3. But
I would say in the AL Central, I still think the Indians are going to be first place there, probably about 4 to 5 games.
Here's my point. The two best teams in the East, the two best teams
in the
AL are both 5-5 the last 10. And that would be the Cleveland Indians and the Houston Astros. They're both 5-5.
Yeah, I don't
which
think
doesn't mean anything to me.
I don't think the Indians are the best team.
I said one of the two.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the top 3.
Better than New York.
And I'll tell you right now, the Indians are worse than they were last year, and they got bumped out in the first round.
No,
the Indians are not as good as they were last year.
They just got Lindor back. Carrasco's struggling. They're about to go on a big win.
I'm telling you, the Indians are not as good as they were last year, and last year they got bumped out in the first round. They're going to get bumped out this year.
Why would you say that?
Who do they add?
It doesn't matter who they add.
Huh?
It doesn't matter. They got players that are better now.
Huh?
They got players that are getting better.
I mean, Lindor is not going to repeat the season he had last year.
He just got back from an injury, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I would still say the Red Sox and the Yankees are still better than the Indians.
The Yankees are garbage.
The Yankees are going to probably be first place in that division.
The Red Sox are the team that you should be going. They're not as good as last year.
They're definitely not. Mookie Betts is not going to have that year.
This is what I mean. That should have came out of your mouth. The Red Sox are not as good as last year.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that. But the Indians, that their like opportunity has left. When the Indians were the best team in the league, that's gone. Now they're just an elite team, and they're headed downwards. I know you're an Indians fan. I know it hurts to hear it.
It doesn't matter.
I know it hurts to hear it.
Okay, can we talk NL now?
No, we're not. We haven't even talked AL West. Now,
AL West.
Yeah, I want to talk
Houston.
We did talk Houston.
All the other teams are crap.
Yeah, but there's one team I want to talk in particular about.
Okay, hold on.
A really smart team.
Hold on. What are you trying to say? Let me just figure this out. You're saying other team in the AL West
that I want to talk about
has a chance to be really, really good?
No, not necessarily. What I want to say is this is a really smart team in one area, but they seem to be really stupid in every other area.
Seattle?
So this team made a legit decision to sign possibly the best player in history for the rest of his life, Mike Trout, but they just can't put anything together.
Well, Shohei
so are we
going about to come back. That's going to help him a little bit.
A little bit, but I mean, is he going to come back as a pitcher?
It's going to come back as both, and they'll win some more games because of that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to be better than the Astros because of Ohtani.
They need Ohtani.
But what's wrong
Trout,
with the Angels?
They
got Trout.
Pitching. They need more pitchers. They're pitching.
So
garbage.
is Trout worth what they paid him if they can't build a team around him?
Yes, but they're going to build a team around him.
For what? We've been saying that for 5 years.
They need to add another. They did add players. They added Pujols. They added Ohtani. Like Ohtani when he started, right? You were like, hey, they had Pujols and Trout, and they're like, hey, they need to get another big time player. They got Ohtani.
Pujols didn't work. Pujols didn't work out.
So we're like, they need to get another good player. They got Ohtani.
That's a mistake.
They need one more player now.
I mean, I'm still not sold on Ohtani being this great player. Yeah,
right.
But
barely saw him play.
Yeah, but I mean, you're smart to keep him, right? Washington and the Dodgers didn't do it for Bryce Harper, and Philly did. Philly gave him what he wanted. This long term thing.
Trout can't pitch.
Trout could only be worth 10 games.
Yeah, but
that's what he is. His WAR is worth 10 games.
But he's worth $500 million. Or more.
He is
because he's gonna put people in the seats. He's gonna sell jerseys.
He's not putting people in the seats.
He puts enough people in the seats.
Yeah. That's actually jerseys. That's one of his problems. He doesn't do that stuff.
He still does though.
But that's irrelevant. Irrelevant.
He sells jerseys. He does everything you need him to do. That's why they gave him all that money. Plus, he's one of the best, probably the best player of the game.
He is the best player in the game.
He did put people in the seats. He's not like they've still drawn play. They're still drawing people.
I mean, you're going to draw something, but it's not. If Bryce Harper is a bigger draw.
Yeah, well...
And Bryce Harper's had one great season.
If Trout wasn't on the Angels, they would have, average 2,000 fans a game. Now, at least they're getting 20, 30.
No. Angels have a good...
If they would have traded Trout, trust me, they wouldn't got nobody in the stadium. You're just thinking,
No,
he's putting people
I'm thinking about who was in the stadium before Trout got there. They were legit.
Dude, Jim Edmonds and Garrett Anderson.
Yeah.
And Tim Salmon.
Yeah.
That was... Hey, I saw back-to-back home runs before.
JT Snow.
At Angel Stadium, and that was, one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
How often do you see back-to-back-to-back?
So that's what I'm saying, though. Mike
still drawn.
Mike Trout's better than Jim Edmonds. Mike Trout's better than Garrett Anderson. Mike Trout's better than JT Snow. But is that one guy the answer? Couldn't they
not
spend
one
the
guy
money on a
can
bunch
be
of
the
other
answer in
things?
baseball.
Huh?
Not one guy.
I think the
be-
Dodgers
baseball's
understand
different.
that.
Yeah,
I think the
baseball's
Dodgers
different.
understand that.
Baseball is not basketball.
Well, in basketball, one guy can't be the difference either.
Well, he could be close to
the
that.
last
You still
time.
need like two good
The
guys.
last time, yeah, exactly. The last time a single star won the NBA championship, I think, was
never,
Olajuwon.
because there's 5
Olajuwon.
players that play.
Yeah, but where it was a single superstar was Olajuwon. And then the second year he won, he had Clyde Drexler.
So who was the second best player in the Houston when they won? Robert
Like
Horry?
Vernon Maxwell, maybe.
Or okay.
It was like that was early. That was too early for Sam Cassell to be great. He was coming off the bench.
Well, they were hitting. They had a good backcourt hitting threes. Vernon Maxwell and who's the other guy? Smith or something. They had like a few players.
Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith.
Yeah,
Vernon Maxwell.
and Sam Cassell was coming off the bench at the
Sam
time.
Cassell. Yeah.
It was a good. I'm not saying it wasn't a good team, but I'm saying that's the last time one star did it. Even in basketball, you need 2
you're
stars.
right.
In baseball, you do too.
Superstar. Yeah,
Pitching
you're
is
right.
not great over there in the Angels.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers won't sign someone for 10 years. The Dodgers will give you a shit ton of money for 4, 5, 6 years, but they won't sign anyone because they don't believe in those big contracts.
And even
anymore.
if the Dodgers won the title this year, which could happen, you would say
There's some randomness
they have.
in there.
Well, what I'm saying is they have 2 superstars: Clayton Kershaw, and freaking Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, well, I mean, people would say Corey Seager, and then the guy that's been in the batting championship, Justin Turner.
Superstar? No, they're not a superstar.
Well, Corey Seager was hurt last year. He's a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar.
Justin
very
Turner
good, very good.
and
player.
Justin Turner is
superstar is Cody Bellinger or Clayton Kershaw.
this month. Cody Bellinger looks like the MVP. In previous years, you could say Justin Turner or Corey Seager has been better. Now, do I like Cody Bellinger of those players? It's hard because I want a good shortstop over a good first baseman, but just batting wise, do I want Cody Bellinger better? Of course I do, because he's great.
I should have bet freaking Joey Gallo or Cody Bellinger to get the most home runs in the league, which I almost did. And they're both right. They're both top 5, right? Isn't?
Yeah, I mean, Cody Bellinger's going to cool down. I mean, I hope he doesn't. I'm a huge Dodger fan, obviously.
You had Yelich, Harper. There was a list of like 6, 7 guys that you would think that would lead the league in home runs.
What's funny is I would have
But-
bet against Yelich, and he's proven me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know where that guy came from. I mean, he's a Brewer. Maybe he got Ryan Braun's doctor.
Yeah, I was just about to say steroids. I was about to say.
I mean,
like,
because
Yelich was just
he didn't
breaking.
look like that in Miami.
Yeah, right. A few years ago, he wasn't. Now he's just bombing freaking home runs. Like,
Yeah, last year and this year, it's too much, man. I don't know about Yelich. I don't know what to think about him.
He became like a few years.
I mean,
ago,
he became an MVP.
Yeah, a few years ago, he was like, you almost didn't want, like, you were like, he's on my fantasy team. To, he's like one of the best players.
It was
in the league.
exactly that.
Yeah.
Yelich was like
Trust me.
was like the sweetener.
Yeah.
You would be making a big
Exactly.
trade,
You're
you
like,
would throw in
give me
Yelich. I'll give you throwing
So,
Yelich. Yeah.
since we pay attention to fantasy, that was exactly it. You're like, okay, I'll give you
Yeah,
Yelich.
I would-
Like,
I think I put Yelich in a couple. I was like, if I get Yelich, I got to drop someone else. Like that was my attitude.
Now nobody would want to drop him. And
I
he's
mean,
like
now
one of
he's
the
a
best
top.
players.
Yeah.
So that shows you how a season or 2 changes everything.
Yeah.
Now he's leading the league in home runs. Now he's like no trade possible. You can't even trade him.
You never trade him.
Oh,
no,
how about
never.
this? In Dynasty or in Fantasy, you know how they don't let you trade certain players?
He's on the no trade. Yeah.
He wasn't on that.
What? No. They don't let you not trade certain players. They let you not drop certain players.
Okay,
in
there
some,
you go. No
in
drop.
some fantasy.
So he went from you could drop him to undroppable.
to undroppable.
So that shows you the
Yeah,
jump.
he definitely did. So that's a good switch to the NL. So we just talked about the Dodgers. I think everyone's pretty sure that the Dodgers will be in first place in the NL West. The truth is, the way they're built is they're not really. Now Bellinger's playing like a superstar, all-star, but no one puts him in that Mike Trout, Yelich level yet. I hope he gets there. But no one puts him there. So the Dodgers, to be honest, couldn't even take a big injury. Like the Angels, even if they were good, couldn't take a Mike Trout injury. Philly couldn't Philly would probably still be good, but they couldn't really take a Bryce Harper. The Brewers have no chance with Yelich's a big injury, and we've seen the way the Yankees have looked with their injuries right at the beginning of the year. So I think it's pretty safe to say that the Dodgers are good to go.
Well, they're one of the best teams. What about St. Louis or Arizona?
Yeah, well, we'll get to there, Angelo. I'm setting something up. Do you know how these radio shows work? I was trying to set something up.
St. Louis.
And you're just jumping like fucking Luigi here.
St. Louis is 9-1 in the last 10.
Yeah, we'll get to St. Louis.
No, but they could definitely take an injury because you don't even know any players on their team. One of those teams. Besides Yadier Molina, who do you know?
This is true.
And you set it up. You were talking about somebody, but I'm just saying.
I was staying in the goddamn NL West, Angelo.
You just named a team that can afford to lose anybody. I just had to say St. Louis, which is true.
I respect that.
All right.
Now, let's talk about the San Diego Padres.
They can afford to lose anybody because they have nobody.
Well, they have
a bunch of young guys.
They have a bunch of young guys and Machado.
Machado.
And Machado, right? So they're not like nobodies. You know what I'm saying? They're only a couple games behind the Dodgers, and we say they have nobody. So Machado is their big signing. That means that signing just says they were serious.
And 8 of the top 40 dynasty young guys.
Yeah, they have a bunch of great young guys. We say Fernando Tatis Jr. Now everyone talks about Vladimir Guerrero, and they should. And then even Mondesi Jr. is getting some play, right? But Fernando
Jr., I thought he was on KC.
He is KC. I'm saying they're talking about him too. But Fernando Tatis is one that is not. I saw his dad. So I saw his dad. We'll get to him.
Yeah.
I saw his dad against Hideo Nomo hit 2 grand slams in the same inning. I was watching that game.
Same inning. You mean the same game?
Inning. Fernando Tatis with the St. Louis Cardinals, who you just mentioned.
So was that game 18-5?
Yeah. It was like Hideo Nomo's worst
2 grand slams off Hideo Nomo.
2 grand slams off Hideo Nomo in the same inning. Fernando Tatis did that.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem possible.
That doesn't even seem possible. So Fernando Tatis Jr. is getting it. Chris Paddock is really good. And then a real underrated player, he's really only had one good year, is who?
Yeah, Eric Hosmer, you would actually
talk about him because I'm going to put up the grand slams.
He does get forgotten about because if you really looked at San Diego's roster, you would say, okay, they have 2 superstars. But I guess we say superstars lightly. They have 2 stars.
All-stars?
All-stars. There you go, all-stars. Because if you really looked at the lineup, you would say Hosmer and Machado. We kind of, you forget about Hosmer a little bit, even though he was a big free agent signing. He took the money, and who doesn't want to
Well, he had that one near MVP year.
Yeah.
And then the rest of his career, he's been sort of like that guy that you're going to get at first base. Look, here it is. Fernando Tatis hits 2 grand slams in 1 inning versus the Dodgers. He's hitting .238 at this time.
You were watching this game live.
I was watching, I was at the game. I was watching on TV.
I didn't think you've ever seen a game live.
And then I've been with you to live games, asshole. I think it was Nomo both times. He kicks and delivers. Oh, it was Chan-Ho Park.
Oh, well. That's not racist at all.
Yeah. It was Chan-Ho Park. He's Korean.
Okay, so Chan-Ho Park, you're telling me that he hit another one in the same inning.
And then I believe it was against Chan-Ho Park. They kept Chan-Ho Park in for whatever reason.
So they went through the whole lineup and then he hit another one.
Yeah, they scored a lot of runs that inning. This is why I hate the Cardinals because they seem to always. I hate the Giants more, but when it matters, it seems the Cardinals screw us.
So if he hit 2 grand slams in the same inning, they scored more than 8 runs in that inning, right?
Yeah, because they had to get back over.
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would have to think they scored more than 8 runs, right?
I think they did. Yeah.
Well, they would have to. You would have to. Almost. I guess you would have to.
Is that Chan-Ho Park again? I forgot if it was Chan-Ho Park both times.
That looks like him again.
Yeah, they just left his poor ass in there. I haven't thought about Chan-Ho Park in 5 years.
Look at that.
Woo, because he's Korean.
I know. Baseball history.
I was watching that, and I was like, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that just happened. It was one of those things when you were watching it, you go...
What's the final score? I said 18-5, just on pure guess.
On pure guess? That's a good question.
So McGuire is clapping here. Everybody's having a good old time.
So that was on April 23rd, 1999.
History. So his dad says, hey, his dad can basically talk a little crap to the boy and be like,
I hit 2 grand slams in the same
he
same
can
game.
be like, hey man, you hit 1 home run or you hit 2 home runs in the same game. I hit 2 grand slams
In the same inning.
in the same inning, not even the same game. There you go. That's the ultimate crap talk right there.
So I think, just in short, I think that the Padres have a really good chance at making the playoffs, at least as a wild card for those reasons. But let's get to your goddamn Cardinals. You're right. The Cardinals are always in it.
My Cardinals. I'm just saying they're always like a good team. Like
I don't even know what we're watching now.
randomly winning. You know, you don't even like. Who knew the Cardinals are playing so good, but they're just like constantly winning. You don't even like. People don't even know. You know what they have? They have good like pitching, like relievers, like decent hitting. They always have like good coaching.
Well, it's not quite the way this other team I'm going to mention is, but they just always seem to be in the mix. So the Cardinals are either the Spurs of baseball, or they're the one that doesn't really fit is they're the New England of baseball, the Patriots of baseball. But they're definitely the Spurs of baseball. They're just really good, build a team, well coached, always in the mix. It feels like, right?
Yeah, and you don't talk to them, but the reason the Patriots doesn't work is like they get talked about.
I think he's taking a dump.
Yeah, the Patriots don't get talked about a lot, but the Patriots get talked a lot, so that wouldn't work.
Oh, he's not taking a dump. He's looking at the dog.
Cardinals don't take a lot. No, we're not, dude. We're not taking dumps on the podcast. What we're doing is we're talking about baseball.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Well, sometimes when the baby squats down like that, he's taking a dump, but he was eyeballing the dog.
Yeah, he wants.
Like, what
to
are you doing, dog?
He's trying to see, like, hey, I'm trying to.
He ate your whole bagel, dude.
He ate half of it.
Or he ate that half.
I'll be honest with you. I saw him give a piece of the dog. He didn't say that. That's just exactly what happened. He's got to get the dogs on his side. You know that, right? The dogs are like, trying to protect him. That's why the dogs love him. They're like, this kid gives us random food, and then when the
he does, he
drops
looking, he drops it onto the floor.
Yeah, I saw something happen between the side of my eye. You'd have got mad at the dogs or the kid. I just said, hey, I hate saying nothing.
You're Uncle Angelo. You're here to give presents.
I was here for her too. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
I'm not meant to do this, you know.
You're here to give presents and have fun, you know.
You go.
Yeah.
So we have the basically three of the first place teams in both leagues are going to be in last place in a month or two.
So which last place is a stretch?
Well, last place is a little stretch, but what I'm talking, they'll be like
Tampa won't be in last place.
They'll be like 3 spots down.
Okay.
Tampa.
The Twins won't. The Twins will be in second place.
Twins will be probably in second place. But did I say the first place teams?
Yeah, you said first place teams.
Okay.
Phillies will probably be in first place or second place. The Braves will come around. Braves are playing under 500 ball right now, which is surprising.
Milwaukee will.
Well, the Braves have some pitching issues.
So not last place. That was a stretch.
Yeah.
The first place teams will drop down. So Milwaukee is going to be
first
leader
place
in Central.
Yeah, I respect that.
And then Cleveland will be first place in Central, AL Central, and I don't even know, Boston or New York will take over Tampa.
Yeah, I think New York. I think it's going to be New York. I think Boston's not going to have quite the year they had last year. The Dodgers seem to run into the team that's hot, Houston and Boston.
But Dodgers should be the top of their league all year.
Yeah, they had their ups and downs last year, but they should be. They're just very solid.
It's just a stupid league. You're telling me you can't beat out Arizona?
Well, last year was tough.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's tough.
Now it's the Padres. The Padres get hot anytime. Yeah.
Colorado's tough. It's a good league.
There's no reason Fernando Tatis Jr. Listen, I know Guerrero's great, and I know there's a bunch of other rookies coming up, but there's no reason Fernando Tatis Jr. can't get hot and be the rookie of the year. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's good too. You know. So the Padres can put it together. Anyway, we got a show in baseball, basketball, no UFC, but we'll talk about this some other time. Anyway, you can find us at Chaotic Sports on Twitter, at Chaotic or at Chris Sarda on Twitter if you want to talk to me, at Chaotic Sports Media on Instagram, and chaoticsports.com. Thank you guys for watching this soda-fueled episode. Zachary, you have something to say? Say, Daddy. Daddy. He said, let me give the dog some food.